Yeah, this is vibes and stuff. Check it out.
We're diving in where the world collide. Culture's calling, it's a crazy ride. Music's pumping, food's on the plate. We're vibing here, let's celebrate. Vibes and stuff, we keep it real. Talking about the way we feel. From the beats to the love we share. Everything in between we care. Uncle Freezy vibing all night and all day. Big pizza, always something to say. Our main man in the cut, he is soul finger. DSJ always showing up as a soulful singer. Ron, Bully and Corey always being so thorough. Don't forget from that ain't rap Triborough.
It's vibes and stuff. Vibes and stuff.
Vibes and stuff, we keep it real. Talking about the way we feel. Talking about the way we feel. From the beats to the love we share. From the beats to the love we share. Everything in between we care. Everything in between we care. It's not just talk, it's how we grow.
It's vibes and stuff.
Life's a rhythm, we all move.
Vibes and stuff.
Good morning. Good mornings. Good mornings. What's good, everybody? I'm your number one Chief Rocker, Uncle Freezy in the building, joined by the R&B sensation, the original DSJ is in the building. Salute, kind sir.
What's going on? How you feeling, Unc?
Tired, boss. Tired, boss.
I hear you. I hear you. Burning the candles on both ends.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That's what you got to do, man. Success doesn't land in people's laps. You know what I mean?
No rest for the weary.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Corey Lee in the place to be. What's good, man? Lee,
Shout out to Corey Lee, one of Brooklyn's finest.
Yeah, man. Brooklyn's finest. Lee in the building. Salute. Williamsburg's finest. Corey Lee.
Shout out to Queens. Queens get the money.
Queens definitely gets the money. Man, salute to Queens. Salute to all our down south fans. Man, if you in the Carolinas, salute to the Carolina crew. Salute to all my people in the A. Y'all know what it is. Grinding, hustling. You know what I'm saying? Salute to all my people in Atlanta. And where else? There's another city. There's another city we get mad love from. I think it's what? Well, shout out. First of all, let me just shout out everybody from everywhere, right? And so let's do this. I'm gonna start our show with our thoughts for the morning.
Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry.
Yeah, man. So I guess both of us are kind of and so chat, both of us are kind of feeling it this morning in a way, right? Like I got a slightly under the weather, some a voice going in and out. I guess it's from work. Yeah, I know how it is.
And yelling at Josh Hart.
And yelling at Josh Hart. I wish I could find a Caribbean lady that can make a song about work. Not about the job, just work. Just something like, I'm going to ask Miss Mocha. Miss Mocha, can you make a song about work just say work, 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 just as a chorus, just over and over again. See if we can make it a smash. DSJ, has somebody ever, is that an original thought? No.
I've never heard it before.
Well, good. Good. We can start right there.
We might be onto something here, fellas.
Just have a Caribbean lady just say work, 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 work. Yeah, man. Yeah. Hey, salute. Luna, what's good? What's good? What's good?
Shout out to Luna. What's going on? How y'all feeling?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I guess my random thought for the day, I guess, or oh, you know what? I have my Knicks background up. Let me change this so I can really get into my vibe. I guess my thought for the day is, should I expect something in return when you treat people right? Right. Right. Should I expect something in return when I treat people right? Right.
Karmaically, I believe so. Karmaically, I don't know if it always manifests in the physical aspect of things,
right.
But gratification should come through karma if you believe in that.
Right. Right. No doubt. No doubt. So if that's the case, like what should we expect back? Just good vibes?
Yeah, good vibes, good energy,
Right.
good news.
Right.
You know, once you're on the righteous path, I mean, you kind of want to stay in the righteous setting. So,
right. Right. Yeah, and so yeah, that's one of my thoughts. Should good people doing good work expect good things in return? And so I really like the way that you answered that, in a sense, because it kind of transformed the way I think about going about the task of just being good, one of the good guys, right?
yeah, and it's not always easy. I mean, because sometimes it's like the easier path or the easier task is to excuse me, kind of invalid right now. But it's easier to cut corners. It's always easy to look out for yourself as opposed to, the greater good of other people. But once again, there's a certain level of gratification within yourself when you do for others, when you're beyond just self-service. So,
right.
And again, as the saying goes, do unto others as you want them to do unto you. So I always feel like, you do good, you get good.
Right. So so that is like karma, like a universal thing. What goes around comes around.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. 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 So, and I'm not struggling with that. I was just thinking about that here lately. As things in life transition at the job, both YouTube channels growing like at a rate that I could never imagine. I'll tell you what, DSJ, to make you laugh, bro. I'm gonna tell you where the Vibes and Stuff subscriptions are, and then talk to you about where Vibes was for a long time.
I got you.
Right? So right now, Vibes is at 1,144 subscribers. And about 2 months ago, we were at a number 320. And we had been at that number 320 for 2 years.
Oh man,
And you remember how we used to grind late in the night, almost to the sun come up, just putting positive vibes in the air?
absolutely.
Just vibing, right?
Always just fun.
Yeah, just doing positive things, just place for us to vent, place for us to grow, share stories, things of that sort. And we sat at a number, and I didn't know, I couldn't imagine the channel growing. So first of all, while I'm in that thought, in that lane, thank you everybody that have subscribed to Vibes and stuff, because I have one email account that I use with Google for two channels. So Vibes and stuff, and for Lawrence Tears. And one of the things that I learned over the last 3 months is sometimes the biggest battles you face are the ones that you create on your own.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. And so what I found is I was creating imaginary enemies. I created an imaginary enemy with a partner, YouTube, instead of embracing them as a partner and viewing YouTube as a global partner. Right. I was viewing it as me versus the machine. Give me what I want right now. It basically, in that mindset, I kind of embraced the fact that, Google is huge. Maybe we should be friends. Maybe,
Yeah.
Miss Mocha, can we make a song about that? Like, just asking a question, why can't we be friends? Somebody made that already too? Ah, dog it. DSA, somebody made a song, Why Can't We Be Friends? Somebody made that song also.
Oh, we 0 for 2 with the ideas. Come on.
We're 0 for 2 with the song titles, man. But yeah, man. So,
Well, maybe this. How about we come up with a song asking the question why? And maybe we could do this in hip hop form. Just ask random questions. Why?
That's a great idea. That's a great idea.
Are y'all with me in the chat? Are y'all with me? We'll do a hip hop song, strictly asking questions. Why?
How many questions are we gonna get, though?
I'd say probably about 36. We can't touch on every subject now, but we'll try to come up with some very interesting ones. A good 36.
Right.
I'll reach out to my good friend Anthony Hamilton too and see if he'd be willing to jump on the hook.
Jump on the hook for us. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, man. Wow. Is that? I'm gonna ask the Music Almanac if that's possible. Yeah, man. So, staying in my thought. Yeah. So I'm trying to figure. I guess I'm overwhelmed about the growth of Lawrence Tears and Vibes and stuff, because Vibes and stuff is the older channel of the two. So Vibes and stuff is probably 9 years old.
Okay.
And Blowing Sears is officially 8 years old, but we never did anything with it. It was just a sign-on channel. You know how you created an account just so that you can visit other people's stuff or whatever, so you can have a
Right.
screen name. And so I never did anything with it. It was just a way where I can have a profile. It was like a profile, or whatever. But since we're here now that we're growing at 1,100 subscribers on one channel, and who knows what the number is on the other channel. Every time that the other channel is growing so fast that the other channel is growing so fast. Let me see. Just gonna check. And this is just a part of the conversation, everybody. Just wanna yeah. So the other channel is about 8,400 subscribers and growing fast, right? And so
Mm.
I guess the main point of it all is, if you do good things come to those who wait, I guess,
Yes, indeed.
where you give of yourself to others and give others a place because others have done the same for you.
Right on.
And the fruit of your labor gets to a certain place. So DSJ, that's my random thought. Do you have a random thought?
Yeah. My random thought actually revolves around movies. And I'd like to know why sometimes the best makeup artists and the best makeup art was done in the 80s, while we have this severe advancement in technology in the
CGI.
2000s. And it seems like we get the cheaper version of what we should have gotten in the 80s. For instance, one of my favorite movies is a movie called Legend, starring Tom Cruise and Tim Curry.
Okay.
And Tim Curry played a character called Darkness, who resembles, I guess, what would be like the devil in, I guess the description, right? The big horns, red skin.
Right.
Just a scary character overall.
Right.
And it's like I was terrified of this character, and again, he was just known as Darkness.
Right.
But I mean, you look at him and like I said, he's like the depiction of the devil according to like everything you've seen in pictures or any word description. So the whole time I'm like, wow, yeah, this is a perfect devil. So when you think about movies like, I guess like End of Days,
right,
or like Spawn,
right,
and it's like you have all this money to create this scary figure, and it's like almost laughable.
Oh wow.
And it's like, well, for all of that, why don't you just go back to the guy that created that costume back in the day? Because that one terrified me. And
Right.
this thing right here is a walking emoji. Like, this is comedy.
A walking emoji. Wow.
So, yeah, I kind of miss the makeup arts of horror sequences and horror movies of yesteryear.
Wow. Hey, on that note, have you seen that movie Sinners yet?
Yes, I have. Fantastic work.
Fantastic work. Okay.
Fantastic.
Can you give me a breakdown of that without giving away the movie? Like, what should I expect when I go see it?
Well, for one, it's a I guess a timepiece in terms of it's done in a specific era of the Prohibition era,
Okay.
where two brothers who are notoriously known in a small town, in a small southern town,
Okay.
come back to that town to give it business.
Okay.
In the midst of all of that, I want to say it's the equivalent of if the Prohibition era did a movie. If the Prohibition era did a From Dusk Till Dawn, I think that would be the best way to describe it.
Oh wow. Wow. Okay. 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 Yo, that's bonkers, bro.
It is, but I mean, when we're talking about the culture, the fact that they took elements of like an all black town and made it into something successful, or at least somewhat successful, according to their level.
Right.
And then you have invaders, both supernatural and racial.
Oh wow.
So you already have to deal with, again, like there's all of these elements of forbidden aspects, like again, interracial relationships.
Ooh, things that may have been taboo for that era.
Yeah. You also got the journey of a boy to a man,
Oh wow.
and of course, the brothers, and you know everything that they had to overcome within their personal lives,
Okay.
and then also trying to survive the night. So it's like you got all these things going on in this one movie.
Wow. 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 Yeah, that is dope. All right. Hey, Luna, thank you for coming through, rocking with us. Appreciate it, man. Come back, come back, come back. So we're this is like our pilot week. So this is our pilot week. We're just working on a few things. So we're gonna have some segments here, some conversations and things of that sort. So yeah, man. Appreciate you for coming through. So
You have
yeah.
a great day at work, and please, by all means, make that money.
Get money. Get money. So wow, so this movie so is it so can you take your girl? Is it gonna be scary?
Yes, yes, by all means, take your girl, take your lady,
Okay.
and have a good time.
We may do that tonight then. We may do that because I saw a horror movie last night on TNT. It started at 7:30.
Oh yeah! Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Did it start? Did it star Josh Hart?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
saw that movie too.
Oh my. Oh my. So I have so everybody, I'm kind of working through pilot week with it just to see how we can get in and out of stuff. So I'm gonna play I'm gonna say that part that DSJ and I just talked about. We're gonna say that is our is this part, this
I
segment.
wish I knew how much I miss not knowing that we're all screwed when we play our roles and ignore the problems.
I don't know why every time I hear that, I think I can hear Fabulous on with some bars on that. That's crazy because the beat is funky, it's kind of light and airy. Remember, like freestyle music, like Lisa Cult Jam and all that. Lisa
Yeah.
Stansfield, kind of. But I can hear a rapper coming in like, I got 25s on my whip, something on my drip, something. And you're like, yo, come on, man. What are we doing? Girl over here like singing her heart out, and all of a sudden we out here talking about the streets.
It's funny you say that because I actually hear Lord Hill rapping.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, tell you about the sun, moon, the stars, and then the streets. And it's like I don't know how it correlates, but it makes sense.
But it sounds good, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, man. So I promised myself that I wouldn't get too heavy with the topic this morning, but I think I gotta get heavy with the topic this morning. Salute to Allah Wise. Talk what he says, what up with the fake Brooklyn in the building. Salute to Brooklyn.
Yeah. Shout out to the greatest borough in the world.
Yeah. The Bronx, New York. Salute. Yeah, man. Salute to all my Bronx, all my Brooklyn people coming through, drinking that bodega coffee with a fly in it, ruining their day off the I'm just joking.
As long as it comes in the blue cup with the Hebrew letters on the side, then it'll be all right.
Oh, is there any other cup?
There better not be.
There better not be, right?
I'm knocking it right over. Hey man, you better make that again.
Yeah, man. So I got a couple of questions that I want to ask you, and I didn't want to get too heavy, but I'm going to ask anyway, and hopefully we can keep it light. My intent is to keep it light, but okay. So here is one of my questions, right? So what's a conspiracy theory you don't believe but find super entertaining?
The Earth is flat.
You believe the Earth is flat?
No, I don't. But I mean, again,
oh yeah.
It's so funny to me how they have all of these myriads of information about. Like, fam, what are we talking about here? Y'all basing this off of a picture.
Right.
It's a picture.
Yeah.
Of course, it's flat.
Of course.
What are we talking about here?
Because we see pictures in 2D. Hello.
Every time I hear about the Earth is flat, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, all right.
I can't fathom how anything that spins can be flat like that. Anything that spins on an axis is flat. I just can't imagine. How far would you take it though? How far would you take it? Like,
I normally laugh in their faces, but I'd be like, well, go ahead and explain your theory. The whole time, just kind of laughing, like,
right.
So, like, even when like the whole thing when Kyrie introduced it and his theory, it was almost like, come on, man, you too smart to be this crazy.
Right, like, yeah.
But you also try to give some. You want to give some leverage of acceptance and understanding, because you don't want to just write everything off. You know what I mean? Like, if you have some kind of compelling argument, you kind of want to hear it just for the sake of hearing it.
Right. Makes sense. Right. Makes sense. Just let me hear just like a little bit of this just to see where we're going with this thing.
Yeah, because I mean, at the end of the day, you still got to make up your own mind. It ain't like you can sit there and say, "Well, because he said it." Like, nah, you still got to you still got to make up your own mind, do your own research, and all that stuff. So if you put all that effort in, I'm dying to find out.
Right. Right. Yeah. The Earth is flat theory is intriguing. Not because somebody said the Earth is flat, right? Because people were saying the Earth is flat before people knew the Earth was round, right? Just because they never went anywhere, right? And
Right.
their mind couldn't take them anywhere, right? And then some people just want to belong. You know, how some people just want to be down with like a certain thing.
Oh, for
So,
sure.
yeah. And why says the moon landing was fake? Yeah, that too. That's one also that when I hear people say it, I'm like, the moon, in theory, the moon is about 250,000 miles away from Earth on average. On average, is about 250,000 miles away from Earth. Now, sometimes the moon in the sky is going to appear larger, and sometimes it's going to appear smaller. And that's because the moon is not always 250,000 miles away, right? It's not like a perfect orbit, right?
Right.
But in my mind, I can see the moon landing. I just think it was scary. I think it was like a horror movie. I think too many things went wrong, like on that trip there, to go back. Right? Like, what's the point? What's the point of going there just to now? At the same time, knowing people, business, I think there is something else going on with the moon landing also that makes me think that even if it's not fake, there's a real nefarious reason why countries hadn't gone back. Like for instance, man, with all the money and do you see all the money the Middle Eastern countries are spending in the Middle East on building up the Middle East?
Yeah.
Like Dubai and Abu Dhabi and places that I've never been. Like
Yeah, for sure.
like they're spending a lot of money to build that up. But then when I think about the moon, I'm like, why aren't people spending money on that? Like, is it possible? Right?
Yeah. Why are there so many more nations involved in the idea of travel, of orbital travel?
It can't be because of math, because now you have super processors that can get the math done for you. And you have screen printing, which is probably a top 20 invention of all time. Right?
Yeah.
Like we can't say it's in the top 20 because things like the internet, top 20 invention of all time. Is that for me? Yes. Thank you. Is that hot? Yes. Ow! Is it hot as you? No, it can never be. The look, like hot as meat.
Haha.
Thank you. Yeah,
No, but that was smoother than Jif's peanut butter. Go ahead, do your thing on.
Simply butter, baby. Yeah, no, I got you. I got you. The top 20 inventions of all time, you know. Yeah. Now, I don't want to do a top 20 inventions of all time list, not here, not for this show, but you know, when you're thinking about the concept of screen printing has to be somewhere, maybe not top 20, maybe top 200. But the fact that you can build a house using your computer and something can just build you a house. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy, bro. The computer can do all the work, everything.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
We're in that era. So
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna throw one out there, and it's one of my go-tos, but not my go-to. I think it's one of my weaker moments. And I try to get over it, but I can't. And so I appreciate the feedback if y'all can help me get over it. I think the whole dinosaurs thing is fake.
huh.
I think the whole dinosaur thing is a ruse.
That's interesting.
Yeah. I think the whole dinosaur thing is just like so and I've gone to museums with the dino, you know how they had the dinosaurs on display, you know what I'm saying, the remains of the dinosaurs on display. And you
Yeah.
crane your neck to look all the way up at them, and you're like, wow, an animal could have been like 80 feet tall. It's crazy.
Yeah. And there's normally like some kind of semblance of ancient animals that existed in some capacity.
Right.
Like when you think about like, okay, like
Excuse me.
sharks come from I guess from the megalodon or whatever.
Right.
Now here's the interesting part. If birds come from pterodactyls, and that would have to prove to some degree that there were dinosaurs, or at least there were creatures in that space.
Right.
But then I think about lizards. And it's like for y'all to have roamed the earth to stand as tall as the Chrysler Building, how did y'all get that small?
Right.
And then how did we coexist? How did humans and dinosaurs coexist? Because he didn't sit there and say this happened like around the corner. If the Earth is only X amount of years old,
Right.
there's no way you can exist before the Earth.
Right.
So I don't know. It's a good question. It begs a lot of questions.
Yeah. My question to it is this. I'm gonna just say this, and I'm gonna try to escape from my self-vexing moment. If dinosaurs were so big, how did they not survive? And if you ever had a bug in your house, it might take you months, you know what I'm saying, to get rid of a bug or a mouse in your house. Right?
Yeah.
Like you can call the all the what's the name people, Terminex, whatever, and they'll say stuff like, yeah, I set traps out, to do such and such, man. We put down the poison, we did. They might say all of that stuff, right?
And charge you $38 per trap.
Yes, pretty much. And dinosaurs wiped out in an event that we can't explain. Anyway, moving on. Moving on. So, have a question for you, and this is kind of like right in our wheelhouse. I guess in these last 15 minutes, I guess we can chop it up about this. If it's an internet wrestling enough topic. What sitcom universe could you see yourself living in? Like, what sitcom universe legitimately could you see yourself being like a main character in?
Oh, a main character?
Yeah, and don't say Living Single, because Living Single is my answer.
Oh no, no. Well, Well, it would have been mine just because of the era
Right.
of the time. Um, I would probably say, although it's not my favorite anymore, Family Matters.
Please explain that, bro. Please.
Okay, so Family Matters, of course, revolves around the Winslow family.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and a lot of it is about, life lessons. It was kind of like coming of age for,
Yeah.
Laura, Steve, Eddie,
Eddie. Yeah.
Judy, and Richie. Um, Me being, of course, at the time a teenager as well, coming of age, I could kind of relate to the idea of what life was like growing up in these situations.
Right.
Of course, girl chasing because we're guys. We find the ladies attractive, so we're gonna holler at the females. If you're a fan of Laura, Myra Monkhouse,
Right.
Cherry was definitely one of my faves. Still is. If you out there, Cherry, I'm here. But it was just interesting because it's like you could see where the episode was going, the life lesson that was supposed to be taught. And of course, if you already have that state of mind, if you're in that frame of mind already,
Right.
me being the cool outsider, because I'm from New York, and you know how that whole situation goes. Oh, you're from New York? Oh, wow, I've never been there.
Yeah. You have like 20 girlfriends off the rip.
Yeah,
like that.
Like Laura would easily just fall in my arms just because I said, yeah, I'm from Brooklyn.
Right. Right.
So yeah, I think that's probably where I'd fit in, and I'd probably be the one guy that's like, I wouldn't necessarily write Steve off. I wouldn't like tell him to go home. Maybe I try to enhance his cool, still be yourself, but kind of tone it down.
Right.
Help him out in that capacity.
Right.
Because again, at the end of the day, it was all self-discovery. Eddie wanted to know, from boy to manhood.
Yep.
Steve, on his self-discovery journey. And again, all of them kind of did. All of them still kind of had that, where do I fit in life situation. Carl Winslow with his job, and of course, his ascension from police officer to promotions and stuff like that. So
yeah. I honestly thought when I asked you that question, I honestly thought of I had you and Coach in mind when thinking about that question. And I didn't know if you were gonna say Martin or the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Right?
I initially was gonna say Martin because of the fact that it was like being around Pam and Gina. I'm good. I'm good money. I get either the tapioca pudding or the chocolate one. So I'm good.
Right.
I'm good either way. But when you said me being a main character or a main fixture on it,
Right.
that's when the answer changed.
Right. Because there are so many. I think I need to ask. You know what? I think I need to get the entire crew together and ask them that question. Maybe, you know what? Maybe we could send it to them in the text chat, like in the
For sure.
in the group chat, and ask them if they could they could be a main character in any sitcom. With sitcom universe, what would it be? Right. So of course, mine is Living Single. Right, because not just because of the ladies, but because of the vibe. Right.
Oh, for sure.
because even just the vibe of as soon as the thing come on, I could just imagine being on the intro, living single, and just Uncle Freezy in there standing next to Kyle, bumping Kyle out the way so I can get the shot or something. You know what I'm saying? So I could imagine that, but the more you were explaining Family Matters, I was thinking, wow, I could also imagine all of us in a different world.
Oh yeah.
I can imagine all of us, the whole crew, all of us. Wise says, here's his Three's Company. He'd be the black one. He'd be the black dude getting set up on a double date by Larry.
he's the only one. So yeah, you win.
Yeah, man, he winning out there. Where's Three's Company at anyway? Santa Monica, San Diego.
Yeah, it's like Santa Monica.
Right. Yeah, man. But I can imagine all of us on a different world, right? And so when you were saying, I was like, yo, this is a very deep question. Yo, I'm kind of proud of myself with this question, bro.
Nah, it was a very good question.
Yeah, because can you imagine Soulfinger's answer? Wise beat me to it. Wise beat me to it. Thinking about something.
Oh man, no.
Wise beat me to it, man. Soulfinger. So
shout out to Soulfinger.
Shout out to Soulfinger. Shout out to Soulfinger, Corey Lee, Ala Wise, Coach, IKBM Dre. Shout out to everybody, man. The entire crew. Yeah, man. Just man, can you imagine Mets on a different world? Salute to Mets. Mets is probably.
I guess he'd be dating Marissa Tomei's character.
Maybe both of them yelling at each other. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So, all right. Well, so I got we got like a couple of minutes. I had one other thing just to ask you, just for the show. I guess we could save it for tomorrow, right? And I guess we could save it for tomorrow. But I just want to ask you this, and just for us to
ponder.
Yeah, just some food for thought, right? I think Chuck and I may have talked about this before. But what impact did cartoons have on you as a person?
Huh.
And it's not just Saturday morning cartoons, right? I'm just talking about cartoons in general. Like it could be it could be Saturday morning, but it could be any.
No, that's interesting thought. Only because it's like, I think the one that impacted me the most in terms of like communication, oddly enough, was like Looney Tunes.
Yeah. Looney Tunes was Looney Tunes was fire and racist at the same time.
Was it? Oh my goodness! Like
the cartoons from the ones from the 50s. Oh my gosh, bro! Oh my gosh! I mean, bonkers, bro. So,
but Bugs was the coolest.
Why Looney Tunes though? Is it just because Bugs Bunny was spitting Freemasonry messages and doing Freemason stuff, or was it because Porky Pig was a redneck? Which one is it?
Oh, was it Porky or was it Foghorn Leghorn that was the redneck?
No, Porky Pig was a redneck, right? Because I don't know if y'all know about certain so I'm not gonna say like get into exactly what, but certain racial groups use pigs as a thing to kind of describe humans they didn't like. If you
Oh,
and
gotcha.
yeah, and so it's like so they would use pigs as a stand-in for people. So you know what I'm saying? So they were like some things, right? And so just seeing Looney Tunes, right? Yeah, I cannot believe we were actually forced to watch that. We weren't forced, but parents actually let us watch it. So
Yeah,
yeah,
Merry Medleys.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know what cartoon impacted me the most. And when I say that, I don't say it because I'm trying to find the perfect answer. I'm saying it because there are so many cartoons that impacted me. When you have to limit it or outline which one impacted you the most, it's kind of hard, right? Because I didn't know Scooby Doo was about stoners until I was probably about 30 years old. I was probably about 30 when I found out. You
Right.
know, so like I didn't know Scooby Doo. I didn't know Scooby Doo wasn't a dog until I was 30. No,
Oh
Scooby Doo.
wow.
No, Scooby Doo is not a dog. I keep telling Scooby Doo is a man. But they are so
Oh,
they are so in the ceiling that they feel like their homeboy is a dog.
that's crazy.
Bro, think about this. Hey, when have you ever named a pet something like Scooby Doo?
Never.
Or do you name your dog Spike?
Yeah, normally it would be Spike.
Yeah, something like that, right?
Yeah.
When has your dog legitimately ever talked to you in a way that you can understand, like you can have a conversation with your dog?
Never. Oh my goodness. It's like it all makes sense now.
Bro, the thing is Shaggy is so in the sky that he thinks his best friend has turned into a dog. A dude told me that he said there was a drug they used to use back in the day that has 3 letters in it. I don't want to say. There's a 3-letter drug from back in the day that had you hallucinate. And so he was like, the dude was so in the ceiling that he thought his best friend turned into a dog. Can you imagine that? You are so you take
I I couldn't. I couldn't. And it's funny because all I could think about is what Scooby Doo specifically. I would love to know how did you get that sandwich that high without it falling out one time?
yes,
Why are y'all always hungry? Why is it that you can only muster up courage if there's a Scooby snack involved?
bruh, bruh, bro, bro. There are so many hints throughout the show, and we don't even catch it. Right? Like we don't like you don't even catch the allegory of Scooby Doo given the appearance of the bro. I promise you, somebody told me that, and I went back and watched this cartoon called Scooby Doo on Zombie Island. It's a movie, right?
Okay.
And so when I went back and saw it, I was like, yo, these kids is in the ceiling, bro. Yo, these kids are so upstairs that they legitimately think their best friend is a dog.
So it's safe to say that the Mr. Machine was definitely Pro 420.
That was a license plate, bro.
Pro
That was a Mystery Machine license plate, bro.
420.
Yes, I promise you. Because I'm not saying, listen, I'm not saying that I know everything, but certain conspiracy theories or whatever, I kind of brush away. Like the dinosaurs thing, I know that's fake, right? But Scooby-Doo, come on, bro.
Smoke them if you got them.
Or pop them if you got them too. I'm just saying.
However you get there, get there.
However you get upstairs, right? All right.
Oh man.
That's that's wild. That's wild. Man, the hour go by so fast. We're at like 56 minutes. So I guess we got like about 3 minutes. Let me ask you this. Knowing what you heard from me about Scooby-Doo, is there anything else that you've seen that has a lot of allegory in it that makes you think one thing, but you're actually watching another?
Off the top of my head, I can't say. I'd have to think about that one for a second.
I'll jog your memory a little bit, jog your mind a little bit. You ever heard that song "Puff the Magic Dragon"?
Yeah. Oh no, not that one. No.
Chat. Y'all ever heard the song "Puff the Magic Dragon"?
I'll say this: if we're going off songs as opposed to like cartoons, then Candy for sure.
Oh,
Candy by Cameo.
yeah. I think you told me about that one.
You're giving me a heart attack. It's the kind of. When has anybody ever sat here and said, "Give me that heart attack"?
Oh my God. Oh my gosh, bro. That's crazy. Bro, when you mentioned that, I think you told me that. And so chat, I am one where I feel like I'm fairly intelligent, but there are certain things that that'll slip by me. Like Scooby-Doo being a man. Like that song Candy by Cameo is not about a girl. The one I did catch off the rip was Mary Jane. Even as a youngster, I already knew what Mary Jane was. Because Mary Jane was like, the song was so dope and everybody's singing, and then I'm like, Mary Jane. He didn't even try to hide it. That's what dudes on the street was calling it that, like on the block, like dude on the block was like, you know what I'm saying, calling it Mary Jane or Reefa or whatever they was calling it, right? So when I heard the song, I was like, yeah, I know they talking about this dude. I already know.
You know what confused me though for a while? Why did they call it smoke if cigarettes existed? Like, what was the difference?
Yeah.
Until you get around and just like, oh, because I mean, as a shorty, it's like you heard about Mary Jane and again Reefa and stuff like that, but someone used to call it smoke, and it was like, well, you got a cigarette. What are you talking about? So why would you call it smoke? That's what you do with it. No, I don't mean that. I mean the other thing.
Yeah.
What other thing? So as a shorty, yeah, that was a confusing time too.
Yeah. And YouTube, we're trying. This is just YouTube. This is a random thought. Please don't do the joint, man. Come on, man. YouTube, please don't do it to us. Right. But this is for educational purposes. So if YouTube
Right.
is the algorithm, YouTube, this is for educational
Dare to be different.
Right. So this is, yeah. Why is it? That's why all the white girls was in the video. Oh wow. Yeah. Innuendo. Yeah. Yeah. Well, everybody, thank you for coming through, rocking with us. We appreciate y'all for coming through and hanging out with us a little bit in the mornings. I'm still trying to work out some kinks here. Shout out to your host, DSJ, and a host of others, a gang of others that help us produce the shows, the Knicks Morning Drive. We won't have to do it because as soon as I get up from here, I have to get in the car and go to a doctor's appointment at 9:45. So I won't be able to do the Knicks Morning Drive, but we'll do vibes and tinker with it and see how we can best have it be dope for everybody. So on that note, we're gonna get out of here. DSJ, you got something you want to share with everybody before we dip?
Hood Gods is still on all streaming platforms.
Hood.
And yeah, I thank y'all for tuning in, of course. Thank you for hanging out with us and vibing. And we'll be back.
We'll be back tomorrow, God willing, and the creek don't rise. Peace, everybody.
Yeah. This is vibes and stuff. Check it out.
We're diving in where the world collide. Culture's gone into crazy ride. Music's pumping, food's on the plate. We're vibing here, let's celebrate. Vibes and stuff, we keep it real. Talking about the way we feel. From the beats to the love we share. Everything in between we care. Uncle Freezy vibing all night and all day. Big pizza, always something to say. Our main man in the cut, he is soul finger. DSJ always showing up as a soulful singer. Ron, Bully and Corey always being so thorough. Don't forget from that ain't rap Triborough.
It's vibes